Hey everybody, it's Reagan, and I know I have not posted in quite a while, and wanted to show some things about our Airstream that are new, and some things that have changed since last time. I think last video about the Airstream, I talked about installing a Furrion Chill air conditioner, and here we are the next season, and now I have a new air conditioner to show you. So a little background before I show you the new one. The Furrion Chill is not made for the depth from ceiling to roof of an Airstream and needs a bigger depth. And so if you watched my previous videos, you saw that I added some rubber matting and tried to kind of make up for that. But I never really got the right airflow for that to ever work correctly. So it just didn't cool the way I thought it should, and it just didn't, I don't know, it just didn't seem to work in my Airstream very well. And so I pulled it all out of there, and we have recently changed to a Houghton air conditioner from RecPro. It is the 15,000 BTU Houghton. I'll show you right here. All right, here's our Houghton 15,000 BTU air conditioner, and comes with the remote, so you just turn it on like this. And one of the things I love about it is that temperature reading right there on the bottom, which you can turn off with the remote when you're sleeping and things like that, and it kicks right on. What I love about this already is it is built-in soft start, so you don't need to add an easy start or any of those kinds of things in order to use it. And also it is one of at least the quietest air conditioners out there. And I watched a couple videos about it, read a bunch about it, and I can tell you it's incredibly quiet and cools our Airstream very, very well. One of my favorite parts are these louvers that you can actually adjust, unlike most other air conditioners that just shoot it at the ceiling. When you don't have ductwork and you need this thing to be able to cool quickly, being able to point that air makes a huge difference. And especially for us in the back, in our bedroom, that really helps out. So this week, we actually were camping, and it was in the 90s, and this kept up perfectly. In fact, my wife was covered in blankets most of the time because it was cold in here. It was great. And so far I'm really, really pleased with it. In the back of our Airstream, actually, I have the old air conditioner, the Coleman, that came with it in 1986, and it still works. And I have it running off its own circuit. That's just a 15 amp plug that plugs in separately to the pedestal in the campground. We use this at night sometimes, so I don't have to freeze out my kids in the front in order to stay cool back here in this corner. And that works out well as well. But this week while we were camping, I didn't even use the one in our bedroom because we didn't have our kids with us, so I could turn up the Houghton and let it cool the whole camper. Really pleased with this so far. Now let me tell you a couple things about it. There are controls on the actual unit, so you can turn it on from there, but the remote is really, really easy to use and kind of nice. The remote's, again, pretty simple. You set your temperature. You could set your fan modes to, high, medium, low, or auto. I usually have it on auto. One thing you do need to know is that on auto, it never really turns off. It'll turn off the compressor, it'll turn just a fan, it might turn the fan down to low, but it's always running. So some people don't like that. That doesn't bother me a bit. I just heard the fan kick up to high just now as I'm running it. The one thing that I wish it had that it doesn't have is it does not give me the current temperature in here. So I set it to 72. I never really know when I'm close to 72. It doesn't really tell me that anywhere, at least that I've been able to find. But it doesn't really matter. As long as it'll cool the Airstream, then I'm pretty happy. The other thing that's cool about this is it comes with the heat pump as well. Took me a second to remember it. It has a heat pump, so it'll warm the the Airstream, you know, not super cold outside, down to maybe 30, you could turn on the heat pump and it'll help kind of heat it up. And my Coleman original one has that as well. So I figure, you know, in the fall or spring when it's a little bit chilly, those two together might do a decent job. The other thing is it has actually a dehumidifier mode. So you can just suck all the humidity out of the air without cooling. And I think in the winter that might be a great thing to work on the humidity in the camper. So I'm really pumped. It really wasn't that expensive. I got it on RecPro. Shipped quickly, came all as one. One of my favorite parts, came all as one set. Air conditioner on top, the distributor unit on the inside, the remote, it came with everything. So often you buy the air conditioner, you have to buy the distribution box separately, you have to do all that stuff. It's so stupid. Just sell it all as a unit. But anyway, so far I'm really pleased with it. And was able to sell the Furrion Chill to someone else who has a different kind of camper, and I'm sure it'll work great for them, as I think it's a really good unit as well, and it just isn't ideal for the Airstream. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. There are a few videos I've seen about this Huffman RecPro air conditioner. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have based on my my install here. It was super easy. I mean, very, very easy to install. The hardest part is just getting it on the ceiling. I made my 15-year-old help me with that. No problem. But anyway, that's it. And we're pretty happy with how nice and cool it is in our Airstream now. Anyway, we've made some other changes. I'll be showing you those things in another video. Have a good one.